Good morning, YouTube. This is Friday, October 30th, and I just watched the sunrise over the Arkansas River the day before Halloween. It's been a very beautiful, peaceful morning. I wanted to take this time to properly introduce myself to you, introduce myself and my channel and my craft a little bit. I don't really have a precise plan for this video, but since I'm just going to be talking about myself, I think I know myself well enough that I can tell you who I am and what I'm about. Well, first of all, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be using my real name on this channel or not. So for now, I'm just going to go by my channel name, Magnolia Crow. And I'll talk a little bit about that name. Magnolia trees are the one thing that are the most sacred to me in this world. For me, they represent love and peace and magic, femininity. They've always felt a little dark and ancient and loamy to me. So I definitely wanted to go by that as my name. Crows are not specifically sacred to me, but they do represent intelligence and magic and cleverness. I have a particular magnolia tree that I visit at least once a week at a nearby cemetery to where I live. And the first time I visited that tree, I saw that a tombstone right next to the tree was for a girl named Jessie Crow who lived and died in the late 19th century. And Jessie Crow and that tree and I have been friends ever since. And so I wanted to honor both my sacred tree and Jessie, and also that bird, Crow, in my name, in my magical name. I guess I'll tell you a little about myself specifically. I am 32 years old and have lived most of my life in Arkansas, and all except for 1 year of my life in the American South. I grew up in the Methodist Church, which, as far as Christian churches go, is a pretty good one. Depending on the church, you can find very liberal Methodist churches. And as far as Christian theology goes, Methodist really is my favorite. I'm very interested in theology, although I do not consider myself a Christian. I have not in 18 years or so. I parted from the church spiritually when I was in my mid-teens and figuring out that I was gay, and you know, the Christian church, it's a hard place to be gay. At least it was then, and I'm sure it's a little bit better now than it was, but I know it's still a hard place to be a young gay person. I had friends at the time in my teens who were interested in witchcraft, and specifically Wicca. And that's how I fell into the craft. At the time, maybe not so much now, although it's largely the case. At the time, almost every book you could find on magic was Wicca influenced. And that's fine. I don't consider myself a Wiccan anymore, but it was certainly educational for me and influential. Over the past 15, 16, 17 years, however long it's been, I have been on and off witchcraft. And in the last few years, have basically been a stone cold atheist. I don't believe in anything, I would say. And that is not where I am anymore. I don't know exactly what I believe in, but I know that witchcraft connects me nature and to deity, whatever that is. And I know that it helps me feel grounded and it helps me feel real. So I don't know specifically what I believe as far as God's spirits goes, but I know that I am not going to deny their existence anymore. And perhaps they'll reveal themselves to me as I grow in my respect to them. And if they don't, that's fine. I'll be a witch who doesn't work with deity. I don't have a problem with that at all. What I do in my craft is, I don't know, it's a new thing. I just woke back up, you could say. I was making, I talked about this in my video, Samhain Decorations Part 1. I was reawakened in my craft by simply making Halloween decorations for this year. I decided I wanted my decorations to be witchy. And in the making, this is kind of a mantra I've used for a long time. In the making, I was made. In making those items, which were just going to be decorations, I woke up. I rekindled my craft. I've always liked making things. And when I make witchy things, when I make spell bags or potions or tools, you know, wands, rune sets, brooms, things like that, amulets. When I make those things, I try to remember that I'm also creating who I am. In making those items, I'm making myself. The things that I do and create are a huge part of my craft, of my path, of my evolution. And so when I'm making things, I remind myself periodically, in the making, I am made. It helps me remember that not to make anything that I don't want to be a real part of myself. And I guess I forgot that over the last few years. And so in the making of these witchy Halloween decorations, I've made myself into a witch again, for which I'm really grateful. It was something I really needed. I've had a really difficult couple of years, and I think it's because I became disconnected to the universe, to nature, to deity, I guess. And so I have reignited that part of myself, and I think I'm going to use this channel not as a way to teach other people things, because I'm just getting back into this. You all know much more than I do, I'm sure. So I'm going to use this channel more like as a journal for myself, sort of a book of shadows or a grimoire, just to document my path, my journey, my moments of making things and making myself. And I just want to invite other people on that journey with me. And I want to thank you for being here. So today is the day before Halloween, or Samhain, and it's just the perfect time for this to happen. I know I mentioned I'm here at the Arkansas River. This is my favorite park. I come here not as often as I used to, but already in the last month I've been here 4 or 5 times. Reconnecting with the river, which has always been really important to me, and with nature. So far today, and I've just been here a couple hours, I got here when it was still pitch black to watch the sunrise. I found a few things that I'll show you, and I'm sure I'll find more. I always find these oyster shells or mussel or clam shells. I'm ignorant on exactly what they are, but I always find these shells. And today I found a lot of them just sitting together just inside the water. And And so I selected just a few of the biggest, nicest ones. There they are. I suppose I got 5 of them. Also, I found, while I was walking, I guess technically in the river, along a series of stones, I thought I was seeing a live turtle. But it turns out that it is just the shell, which I picked up and put on the strap of my bag. It's beautiful. It's wet and it doesn't smell great, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to take it home and dry him out, and he'll be another connection for me to the river. I think that's all that I have to say at the moment. Again, I want to thank you for joining me in my channel. I hope you stay with me. If you're even mildly interested, you can watch my videos whenever you like and talk with me. I'll be happy to get to know you. So for now, I guess I'll sign off, and happy Samhain.